Hello all my little storms on YouTube. Today is very chill, sleepy, eepy day, but this is the part 2 of going behind the lore of creating characters that are around and behind my lore. So today we're going to be doing the laws of the land, which is we're going to be doing 3 characters. I'm going to try my best to do all of them. I might keep them in a very sketchy stage instead of trying to make them into a full art piece. I think that's one thing that last week I probably shouldn't have done. So there's gonna, and they're meant to only just be final designs to be like, hey, this is kind of how the coloring and shading is gonna work. They're not really meant to be any more than that. So actually the great example that we can have here is this is from about a year ago when I made this character, and this is their newer design. So they have changed quite a lot. I didn't like making them bald anymore, but I also have gone for a much different design with them. So I might be like, what are the laws of the land? What exactly are all of this sort of stuff that's going on? Well, the laws of the land is basically that we're going to be covering land, because land in itself, within how my lore works and how I built the world to kind of be, is there's actually 3 laws of the land. There's or like 3 people that have power and dominion over that of the land, because there's 3 magical variants from that of the land, which is rock, the land itself, and nature. You might be like, what's the difference between land and nature? Because I'm gonna be honest, even people that I was talking to about this didn't understand the difference, which is understandable, because you would think like nature covers everything, but land is different. Rock is the solid materials of the world. That's the natural materials. That's rock, crystals, gems, that sort of stuff. Land has to do with more of grass, trees, and more of the living environment than the non-living environment. And then nature has to do with animals and creatures. So that's why there's different. So yeah, and the 3 ethnicities / cultures that encompass rock, land, and nature are, I actually remember these ones' names compared to the other ones. So we have Golith of the Goliaths, and they are the minions of a rock. So they deal more with, kind of like, think of earthbending, but if earthbenders were also rock people. Their skin is as tough as rocks. Their skin is not rock itself. So, kind of think of the creature from Thor Ragnarok, Grok? Is his name Grok? I forget his name. But if you watched, Thor Ragnarok and he meets this giant rock dude, that guy kind of is a little bit of the inspiration to how I wanted to make the Goliaths more towards that of rock people than just normal kind of people, normal looking. Because honestly, Meridians and the other one kind of look more normal, but these ones are going to be much more unnormal, which is, I think, variety is key to life as itself. So we have Golith of the Goliaths, of the rock people. I have thought a little bit more about their design because the Goliaths and Fira's people from part 1 are both in a very both of their cultures are very connected towards each other, and they trade a lot, because these are the people that give the raw materials of like iron. So they imagine like these people are kind of like the dwarves, and they give the material and elements of all things to like other people, and then they make jewelry and everything like that. So it's kind of like a symbiotic relationship with these 2 cultures. They're not exactly dwarves because they're Goliaths. They're really tall. Actually, I think I can bring... Here, let me bring in my character model so you can kind of see how tall these characters are compared to little old me. Because I was showing it last time. Actually, the funny thing is I just put out the TikTok for me being short, and a lot of people really liked it. But here is a kind of example of how tall. Now, the other thing is that even though that they're called Goliaths, they're not really Goliaths anymore. They used to be. They used to be like 10 feet tall. Now they're like shorter than that. They've like just... Because you're kind of a little bit intimidating, so they kind of like decided to kind of shrink themselves a little bit over the generations. But keep in mind that character art, me art, is very short. I am a very short person in the entire world of Telvon. I'm just very short. That's just kind of how I wanted the character when I was making my character and making all the lore. That's how I kind of wanted it to be because of certain things. Basically, don't underestimate short people. But it was also just like, make them short and kind of cute looking, or like kind of quote cute looking, and then have them be underestimated by everybody, which is kind of how it is. And you'll see how I play into that a lot when actually writing the character. Which, by the way, I do have chapter 1 thumbnailed out. Basically, I have the main points of the entirety of the story done. I don't have anything in between. So we're just like, I know that we have to get from this point to this point, and I don't have anything but like kind of a little outline. And then I just go based off of that, which helps me to be a little bit more creative because I might change how it might outcome to be. By the way, we will probably be working a little bit on chapter 1 on stream when I'm done doing all these characters. So that would be cool to kind of look out for. But anyways, so here's Goleth, Rock People, Goleth the Goliath. Yeah, I know, I made him rhyme. Don't. Here is Selvik. Selvik is from... I may change their name just because I don't want to deal with legal copyright issues. But their name is technically the Tolkiens, which, yes, is a reference to Tolkien, which it's supposed to be a play on words, and just also because I personally find Tolkien a very much inspiration as a for world building, for how I wanted to build the world. I looked to him and how he created that of Middle Earth, and I was just like, I should make a race, you know, I should name a race at least after him, like, because and I was gonna do that, but then I was like, maybe I should change the name a little bit. So it was originally these were Tolkiens, but now they're gonna be Tolkiens instead. So a little bit of changing the wording on it. And yes, it'll kind of be spelled similarly, unfortunately, but I'm going to clarify this out. I'm naming it after him because I respect him as a creator and everything, because he is a big inspiration. So I would say in a dedication. I will say, though, is that these elves are like, they're not elves, but these people are kind of a little snobby and douchey, but they're not like that bad. I wanted to make them worse. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to make them worse. I decided to pull back because I'm like, if I'm gonna name... I feel like people are gonna be like, wow, you really hate Tolkien. It's like, no, that's not the case. So this is Selvik of the Tolkiens, and they are of the land. They live in more foresty areas. Actually, I didn't even say where the Goliaths live. Goliaths lives up in the mountains and deep in the caverns below. Well, actually, there's another race that lives deep in the caverns below, but they have their own, like, rock mountain range areas, and that's, like, all their kind of area and domain. I may draw out a little bit of a map eventually. I just don't have it done yet of kind of how the world looks. And there are different land masses. It's not just like one area. There's different land masses that encompass a lot of people. So, yee. But yeah, so this is Selvik. They deal more with forests. There's also another culture and ethnicity that lives in the forest as well, but they live in more denser forests. These people live in more like, you know, a nice cabin, like now nice little town out in the woods, you know, not too dense and scary looking like from a horror film, but more like nice fantasy villa area. I'm gonna be honest, I think the best way that I can kind of describe it is actually from Lord of the Rings, where they go to the elves in the woods and they have like all of their houses are like built in with the trees and it's like very harmonious like that. It's basically kind of like that. They kind of live in tree houses. And yeah, I think another way is in D&D where some people describe wood elves, where like wood elves live in D&D. It's kind of like that as well. I would say like these are basically kind of the quote wood elves of my world, but not really, because we're not elves. And last but not least, this character has gone probably through the most amount of changes. Like, so many changes with their design, and I finally decided on less is more kind of situation. This is Varel of the oh my god, I always mess up on saying this because it's supposed to be non-human words, but of the Feargles. Yeah, they're animalistic people. They basically encompass that of nature, so they talk a lot with creatures of the natural world. So they can transform into animals, and technically, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna just put this out there. Technically, yes, these are the furries of the world. Yeah, I have furries in my world. I'm just gonna put that out there. Because I wanted to make them a little bit different, and I kind of wanted to give them like the idealistic of becoming werewolves, but then I was like, I don't want to give them the were treatment. So I decided on them being more, I'm like, well, if they're nature and they're supposed to be more connected to the animalistic areas of the world, why not just also make them have animalistic parts to show that stronger connection? A lot of their stuff is usually talking and speaking with animals. Very rarely is it like control and manipulation of animals. The funny thing is though, you'd be like, oh, but nature, it looks like they have a mushroom hat on. You'd be correct. It's because it's supposed to be misleading. But also, actually I didn't even talk about their jobs. Hi puppy, my doggy's coming in. So Varel's job is that they're an outcast and a little bit of an herbalist. So that's why they have most of their stuff. They're a traveling herbalist. And then we have, Selvik is the assistant to some of the elders. Also, you might notice he's sitting in a chair. I just forgot about this. You might notice he's sitting in a chair. I'm inspired a little bit by Witch Hat Altair because there's a character in there that actually is disabled, but he uses he's created some sort of magical device that is basically like a magical wheelchair, but it's not really a wheelchair. It's like a walking ram chair. It's weird, but it's funny. I use that as inspiration because yes, they are disabled because the land is kind of being poisoned. We'll talk about this more when it comes to like other things. But if the land is being poisoned, then it's going to affect him as an individual because, again, just to reiterate kind of how my lore is, all these characters that I'm creating for the first several of these. So from the previous, those 2 characters and these 3, we are all together the main cast. I'm the main character of the story, but we're all part of the main cast of the characters, and all of us are reincarnations of the original material plane gods, which was the original original gods of all the magic. So that means I'm storm, I'm sky, but I also have power and dominion over storms. That's why I do the storm deity thing. And then we have then we did water and fire, and now it's the laws of the land, so rock, land, and nature. And then the last one that we're going to be focusing on, which will have his own thing, because I just want to make him kind of solo, because I do want to talk about him a little bit more, and and the other thing is, he has 2 outfits that I need to design for him that are going to get completely redesigned. So he has 2. So I need to draw both of them because I need to kind of vent about like how I want this to kind of look like. But also I want to play around a little bit with how I want to redraw his character, because there's going to be a lot of changes with him as well. But all of us together makes like 7, and all 7 of us are reincarnations of the material gods. So in turn, if the land is being poisoned, it's going to affect how we would react. So like if the sky was being polluted, then I would get really sick, kind of situation. If the water was being polluted, then that means that water would get the deity of water or the overseer of water would get sick. So I will also say this much, is that the character will be keeping the wheelchair even after they've ascended to godhood, because technically when they ascend to godhood, like, stuff gets fixed and they're technically not as sick anymore. So they don't need it, but they still use it because, they're still technically sick. I still am debating on how I want to make it, but I will say this much. They are the god of disabilities. They end up becoming the overseer of the god of disabilities as well. So there's a lot of different other things. Like, technically, if you think about it, because I'm the deity of sky and I create storms and then it rains, and what comes after a rain is a rainbow. And what are rainbows sometimes used for? Like gay pride and all that. So technically, in a way, I could be the deity of gay pride in my own world. That's in my own world, not I am the... Not that I am that. No. There's probably plenty of other people that could fill that position way better than I could. But it's like, you know how, like, when you look at the Greek gods, like, I'm gonna just say Apollo, because that's the only person I have on my mind right now. Like, the god Apollo is the deity, he is the deity of the sun, because he pulls the sun, he has the sun chariot, right? Actually, Helios does too, but Apollo pulls the sun, the chariot. But he's also the god of disease and medicine, which, weird. But then he's also the god of poetry and music and a lot of other things to do with out of art. So, like, yeah, it's kind of like that situation where it's like, even though that this is their main thing, they also have a few other titles onto them as well. So yeah. So that's kind of what Selvik is going to be as well. I kind of want him to keep in this chair because I view that there should be good representation, and especially in like magical worlds and stuff like that, I feel like everyone just like kind of like explains it away of like, oh well, you can just use this and it'll be just like normal, because like they have like cures and all of that sort of stuff, because magic can fix everything. I kind of like another show like The Saint's Power is Omnipotent, because they show like, oh yeah, magic can cure a whole bunch of things, but it can't bring an arm back. Like, they can't do that. There's nothing that can do that. And then it's like, oh, but the saint can do it. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't really like that idea. So if a person gets their arm cut off, they get their arm cut off in this. They deal with it. There's nothing, not even the gods can bring that back. So there's, I would say, a little bit more real world stuff that happens. But also, people can get sick. People do have disabilities in this world. And I want to highlight that and having them be a part of the main cast. And the other thing is, I don't want him to be written demeaningly. That's something I don't want to do. I know that has been done before. They're not the butt of a joke. They actually are very high ranking among like their own kind, because I wanted to show like it doesn't matter who you are, because at the end of the day you can still achieve who you are no matter if you're in a wheel, if you're in a chair, if you're using anything or not. And that's what I want this character to be, is that I want them to be shown like that. Now you might also notice their hair. Yes, they are a darker skinned character. I wanted to make them that. And let's just say when I was thinking about this character and wanting to do them, you know, it was like years and years ago. So they did look a lot different. I was gonna like Legolas them, kind of make them look like Legolas. But I'm still kind of keeping that as well with like how the hair is. But other than that, I'm trying to like further it a little bit. Well, I try to, but I think it's just there's too much inspiration from kind of how Legolas looks in the Lord of the Rings series, and considering that, you know, we're basing most of this race off of Lord of the Rings and kind of how the movies and also how Tolkien portrayed the elves, I kind of want to keep to that because that's the main inspiration, but at the same time, you know, at the end of the day, this character isn't Legolas. They might be inspired, but they're not them, because they're their own individual character that has done a lot. And we'll see that as we write through it. I will say that this character, I think, will be more near the middle of season 1 that we meet them. So unfortunately, this character is not going to be introduced as early as people might want them to be. But they will be in there. And I still have to think about how they're gonna fight, because there is combat, and I'm like, that is something I'm going to think about when I get there. I do have ideas though. I have pretty good ideas. I was thinking that their chair in itself is actually like their weapon, and I think that that would be pretty cool. Because their chair is like a entwined like twigs and tree bark all together, and it's like it would be cool if it like they whip out like some vines, like Bulbasaur kind of style, like vine whip and stuff like that. I think that would be funny. I'm like, hello Jose. Everyone, congratulations, my mod is finally here. Hi. Oh my goodness. I'm more into the karaoke. Oh my gosh, the karaoke is almost finished. Anyways, sorry I'm rambling so much about these characters. I think, like, out of most of the characters, these are probably the 3 that are the most... All these characters are pretty well thought out, with how I want to go. Because the thing is I'm gonna be honest, all these characters have a certain want at the beginning, and a lot of their wants is pretty much the same. But how they get it in the end is vastly different than what they think. Like, I can tell you this because it's gonna be at the beginning. I'm the main character. I can say this. My character art's want in the entirety of the story is literally to just have a place where her parents can be happy. Like, that they don't have to worry about anything. And I'll get to the parents eventually when we start doing side characters. But actually you can see Art's dad up here in the pictures. I think he's the next one. No, he's the one afterwards. I don't know which one he is. He's the one that has a big giant like sword looking thing in front of him. Nope. I think he's like early on. But yeah, I have him in that little camera roll. Or that little picture roll, with everything. Actually, it was the first one that I started doing my new art style with. There he is. That's Art's dad. There you go. That's not her biological father, though. I'll tell you that much. Um, oh my god, I lost my train of thought. I'm losing it so much today, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, no, okay, I remember. So character art's want is just like a place. She wants her parents to be happy and just not have to worry about anything in their life, which is very like non-selfish in a way, but also very selfish. Because she only wants something that is for herself. And actually, in a way, a lot of the characters' wants are actually very selfish when you think about them in the long run. Like, Goleth's want is kind of also very similar to Art's want, because he's married, he has a family, he has children, so he understands from the point of view from a father. And then, you know, Art is viewing it from the point of view of a child. So let's just say that Goleth ends up being the father of the group, okay? He ends up being the dad. He's the dad of the group. I mean, him and Selvik are basically going to be like the parents of the group that have like the voices of reason a lot of the times and are like, children, stop fighting. Also, Goleth is actually the oldest of the group. In comparating of age, Goleth is actually oldest. I am the youngest, which is funny, considering that I shouldn't be, but there's that. Technically, if we rope in Luthador, which is the person that we'll be doing next, after this one, so that'll be part 3. I'll be finishing up on all of the main cast. Luthador is technically the oldest, because of things. He's technically the oldest, but when actually the actual age, Goleth is actually the oldest. And speaking of Goleth, we should probably get into doing his art. I will say, comparing the first one that I made like a year ago compared to this one that we're now currently making, I am still keeping a lot of that rock design to him, but I'm just furthering it by actually making him look more like his skin is like rocks. Like, it's actually like all bumpy and like an actual rock, so it looks like he could just blend in with like a rock structure. And that's what I think will make it a little bit like different than the normal stuff. And also, I added a few things to his design that I wasn't thinking about that I've added in now. One thing is you know how I said like these guys have rock and they have like a connection with that of Fira's like community. Fira's community deals with all metals and working with jewelry and all of that kind of crafting design, right? These guys give them that material, but then in return, those people give them the metal back. But how they use it is not for jewelry and stuff. They use it to make tattoos and like literally etch tattoos into their skin. Technically, they're like embossing, or like not embossing, but like I don't know what it's called. I don't know much about jewelry making or anything like that, but they basically kind of dig a channel out and then kind of put like the metal in there. And you would think like it would hurt, but remember, these guys have like skin as tough as rock, so it doesn't really hurt that much. The only time when they really get hurt is like for certain things, so that's why they're kind of like hard to fight. Actually, I didn't even talk about what Goleth's entire thing is. He's a retired, technically he's quote retired, but he's also a brave warrior within that of his own community. He's like a fighter, kind of very similar to Fira. Both of them have that duality of, or both of them have that connection of, a lot of the characters have very connecting jobs to each other, so it also makes them have more connections. And honestly, when you're writing characters, don't make them have like too many different backgrounds or they'll never connect on anything. Like Goleth is a dad and everybody in the group has parents. So they can all connect on that sort of such situation, because Goleth is basically like the father of the group. And then, you know, we've all had that one friend that kind of tells us like like basically is like a rules lawyer. That's kind of what Selvik is that he's a rules lawyer. He's very like to the book, like we should think about this, we should do like this. He's very kind of like he's not stuck up in any sort of way. He's just like trying to think of what is best for the outcome of the group. And then Fira is just like what's best for the outcome of the group, and how can we do it as fast as possible, whereas Selvik is like how can we do it as efficiently as possible. So there's dualities to all the different characters, and if you're going to be writing certain things or working on writing, you should have that because it makes genuine conversations. Like if I wrote up a conversation between any of these characters, it would sound like just normal people talking to each other because they have something to connect to. They're talking about something that's real. And also, all the girl characters don't just talk about dudes. They also just talk about normal everyday things that is happening to their world, within the context of their world, of course. Oh, fantastic. Are you not working? I think that my pen is dead. Oh, hooray. It's not like I can't charge it, but damn, I didn't know that my pen would decide this is not the right charger. I'm talking way too much about the characters to where my pen was like, no, I'm gonna die right now. I'd rather the pen die than my headset, but that's okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know, that means I can just talk about the characters more. I can just continue talking about the characters and how awesome the stuff is. But yeah, hold on a minute. But yeah, so, and you might be like, well, how do you have all this like development? Because a lot of people were like, oh, you're making your lore into like a thing. They're like, oh, that's gonna take like a really long time. And I'm like, I've been thinking about this for 2 years. And they're like, oh. I'm like, yeah, this has been a long time coming, honestly, to finally start kind of working on this. I think I kind of made his skin this color, but I may change it up a little bit more. So we're gonna start with Goleth. I'm gonna try and keep it very like sketchworky. I'm not gonna try and make them into final designs. That would be really cool, but it would take too much time, and I don't think I have the time to really do that. So for right now, I'm gonna just try and put all their colors down, and if I do have the energy and time to go back and kind of like work a little bit on shading them, I will. But for the most part, I might not, because I kind of want to do a few things. Like, I actually have to finish decorating my house for the Christmas times. Like, there's some stuff I have to do. There's some genuine stuff I have to do outside of this. Let me do that. And oh yeah. So, oh my gosh, this is like almost the same color as the sketch. Well, we can't have that. Oh. Yeah, I am gonna make him a lot darker. I think that might be cooler because that might help with a few things. And by the way, I'm just gonna fully color him and then just make other things just additives on top. Do. Yeah. Honestly, I think it would be great because there's actually another, when we go over, Luthador's character, a lot of his, I guess, race or his people, I feel like it would be funny for them to get confused with each other. But, like, kind of funny because they don't look anything alike. The only thing that's, like, the same as them is just, you know. And some of you might be like, oh, racism. It's like, kind of? I'm gonna be honest. Is there racism in my writing? Or is there racism that's gonna probably happen within my writing? I'm gonna be honest. Yes, there will be. It is very hard not to write that. But also, when you're dealing with so many different cultures, there's gonna be people that are gonna have differences between each other. That's just gonna be probably the most normalish thing ever. I would say that there's not gonna be like definite racism. It's more of just like people have different opinions of seeing the world, and that's okay. And like these people are just like, yeah, that's okay to have a different opinion. And there's gonna be those people that just don't want to listen. I'm gonna just put this out there. There is like an interaction that art does have with Tolkien's, and she doesn't like Tolkien's. But the only reason being is because, let's just say that she had a bad encounter with one. She doesn't view that all of them are bad. It's just that because of that bad incident, she just doesn't really know how to fully interact with them correctly. Because they're super, like, they're kind of poshy, but not, like, too poshy. I may just edit it out, but that was, like, one idea I had. To have, like, conflict, but then I'm like, that sounds like a cheap conflict thing. So, I may change it. Who knows? There might be changes. There might be a lot of changes to how I do the story. Just because, you know, things change. My ideas of what I wanted change. But that was an early concept that I had, and I might change it. Just because it kind of sounds a little weird. Because I'm like, it doesn't make sense for a character as well. Alright. So we have the skin done. The skin is, I actually like that it's like this charcoal black rock. Like, this looks more rock looking than this. And I think that that's good. Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep it in this like very loose, sketchy stuff. I know what you want for Christmas. Some D&D that are suitable enough to not get you called out at work. D&D ties. Oh, you know what? Oh, suitable D&D ties that are... I could probably find you some. And you. I like how he ends it with ND was will. Down here it looks like he's wearing socks, but he's not. Alright, now I kind of want to change, because we're going for like a darker. Is this too dark green? Might have to go darker than that. There we go. Supposed to look like he has like moss. Like his hair is like moss, like a mossy rock. That's basically what I'm basing his design off of. Is a very moss colored rock. Oh no, ads! I hate mid-roll ads and stuff. I wish that there was a way for it to show that ads are coming up. And I don't really think it does. I say for it to like remind people, but it's really worded weirdly. And I think it just means it'll tell you when an ad is coming, not tell or it'll tell the streamer when an ad is coming, but it's not telling anybody else when the ad is coming. And just like that, the ad is over. I actually kind of like this. I will say on my screen, it's very dark, but on your guys, but that's just kind of how I have my coloration stuff. It's just really, I bought a D20 badge reel on Etsy for work since I need to pull my badge to top security to exit. Ah. Yeah. I mean, how subtle does it need to be? You know? I feel like I might change this bottom part up. He's got a lot of moss, okay? He's got a lot of moss on him. I think I'll just make it smaller. There you go. That's better. As long as it's not in your face. Okay. I'm sure I can find something. I'm sure there's something out there. I want to add a little bit of more stuff to it. I think I might have to make this a smaller size. What size is this? I think I have to make this smaller. I don't know where my moss brush went. I used to have a moss brush. I don't know where I put it. Like, if I get a Pokemon tie that's one color and has line art, kind of blends in with the color of the tie, it should be fine. Ah, I see. I'm gonna take a little sip of my coffee. Just sent you one that's acceptable and suitable. Okay. You know what? I'll figure out how to do his texturing. Actually, I think I have a brush that I could do it with. Could this work? Or make it smaller? I thought there was another brush I had. A lot of flowers in here. Oop. Maybe this? Ah, okay, this could work. Like as a moss brush. It's a fluffy base, but it can still work. What's this one? You know what? This could work better. Yeah. Because that'll create some, like, moss. Because it's supposed to be that his hair is like moss. So it reflects off of him differently. Okay. So I move this up to the top then. Oh my god. So many flowers. I think I can rename it. There we go. You can't see it, but I renamed it. Alright. And then what I want to do next is actually go in here. So this, oh, hello. Oh, pressing the wrong button. So these lines here are metal. They're supposed to be metal. Like metal etched into his body. I was thinking about it being something that's like significant, but that I didn't know what to think about how it was significant. And then I was like, oh wait, well if he's married, what if each line is for members of his family? Because he has a partner and 2 children. So the first line is the first ring is his partner. Or, well, the bottom ring here could be his partner, and then his 2 children. And then you add in more lines and cracks as they get older and stuff like that. I think that would be interesting. And yes, he does have 2 on his face as well. Because why not? And last but not least, we need to make his eyes, and I don't know if I want to do, like, make his sockets black. I feel like the black would be fine because of how dark his skin is. I think it would be fine because he has to match with the rest of him being green. He has like a... actually, let me see. Oh, I see how it is. He has that, and then top of it. I don't know if you guys have been picking up that all of these guys have one highlight in the center. I'll just say that it's not just a design choice. It has meaning. And you won't know that meaning until I come out with a comic. I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of things that I wish I could kind of say with how I want to do things. Oh yeah, I did keep his skull hair black. I just changed it to where he has like earrings and stuff to be more... I want him to be more of like a menacing, towering kind of person than that has just a caring heart of gold inside. So now we're gonna work on clothes. I'm gonna just have the clothes all in one layer, I don't care. I will say I'm gonna probably take this color, but just move it over more. Because his color palette, so I've been trying to figure out how all their color palettes are, right? And I will say this much, some people do have very similar color palettes, but they have it at different like hues. Or, well, not different hues, but different like tones or saturation levels. So like, I have purple, and then he has like a dark maroon, mostly earth tones. Technically his is dark grays, greens, and reds, And then there's another, and all the land has green in them in some way or form, because land. And then ocean is blue, sky, you might be like, why is sky purple? Because I'm taking the stylistic approach of making the clouds purple for some reason. I don't know. It's a different planet. It's an alien planet. I can do whatever I want. No, when it's a storm cloud, I'll make the storm clouds like purple, and then when it's just like a regular day out, it's like blue or white. So so let's get these clouds done, and then we can move on to other peeps. I might do Varel first before doing Selvek, because Selvek is going to take really long because of his... Selvek is going to take the longest because I do have to kind of figure out how I want to simplify his chair. Because I do want to simplify it a little bit more. Kind of like that we're going into these like Christmassy colors. Gonna make it darker. Actually, the funny thing is, I'm gonna be honest. The more that I look at him, he kind of does look like Santa Claus now. God damn it. I accidentally made Rock Santa Claus. Hey, you know what? 'Tis the season, right? Tis the season for, I guess, a rocky Santa Claus. I'm gonna actually make this more into the orange and brown tones. You know what's really funny, I just realized, is a lot of people usually give characters that are like, fire characters. I just realized that they usually give them like reds and oranges, and I decided on giving her yellows. I just realized that. Well, you know what? I just wanted to do that because I wanted to do it. Also, I'm gonna make this, or no, it should be the same color as this. There we go. And then these down here are gonna be the same-ish silver to also kind of represent his family as well. Because you know what? A lot of the one important thing about a lot of the symbolism within how all of them are dressed has a lot to do with their families and bloodlines. That is a main important part of the culture in itself. Of all cultures. That it's a very connectivist culture. I don't think I'm going to do this pattern thing on here. I think I might make it more simplistic for myself, which is easier because he's actually not that complex. But I'm trying to simplify their designs a lot more, because if I made their designs too detailed, like, I'm glad that with my VTuber model that I went for a simpler design, because if I made it too complex, it would be harder to draw it for comics. So I'm basically making it very simplistic for that of a comic. And then I'm gonna be out here and say this. If I get contacted to turn it into like an anime, like into a cartoon or anime or whatever, I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, let's do this. That would be awesome. To kind of do that. Just ignore that I haven't done his other eye. Just he's supposed to have two. Just ignore that I didn't do it. I'm sketching them anyways, it doesn't matter. No, it's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug me. And then multiply. It's gonna bug me forever. Same thing on his ear here.
I will trade you. I give you my bag of M&Ms in exchange for Jose's eternal servitude and organs.
Sure, I can. I'll give you a bag. I'll give you a bag of M&Ms. Sure. Sure, I'll take your M&Ms. No, wrong thing. There you go. Hello. Oh, press the wrong button.
No, mother, I give you the M&Ms and Jose becomes my slave and organ harvester.
There we go.
Good thing I already took one of his kidneys.
Oh my gosh, George, why? Why do you do this? Why do you do this, George? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do Viral first. Viral's gonna be easier. Oh. Should probably sketch out more of Viral before I continue on, though. Because if we're gonna be keeping with the sketch design, we need to kind of, well, sketch out the rest of Viral. Ooh. Do. I'm like trying to keep an eye on the time because I don't want to stream for that long. It's already kind of been over an hour-ish, so, you know. But we're just sitting here chilling, drawing some characters. I guess I can talk about Beryl a little bit. Ooh. Do I want... You know what? No. Actually... I can actually do this without having the need to do this. What? Mm. Yeah, there's always that debate of whether or not I want to make them have digitigrade legs or not. But I feel like if everybody else doesn't have that, I feel like it's too weird. It kind of seems a little too out of character. Like these guys all aren't from the same race. There is technically one species that might have digitigrade legs, and they're gonna be like the only ones. Technically, I think some of this race will have digitigrade legs. It's just that this character won't have it. Because honestly, it's easier just kind of not, because then I have to think about the anatomy of digitigrade legs for every kind of movement, and I have not drawn a whole lot of digitigrade legs to be able to do that effectively. So I don't want to mess up with Feral and their design. But anyways, we are gonna now go on to Feral. I was thinking about giving them a non-humanistic skin tone, but like the more I've begun to think about it, I'm just like, should I or should I not? And I constantly have been thinking about whether or not I should even. But then I thought of an amazing idea. I'm gonna give Veryl a particular, it is a skin pigmentation disorder, and I forget what it's called, but basically your white blood cells begin to like attack portions of your of where your melatonin is, and then you end up having. Did you hear about the new trend on Twitch? Oh my god, yeah, yes I have. I know, because VTubers have been doing it. There's literally somebody testing out the new trend, and they're trying to test on whether or not an actual person gets banned before the VTuber gets banned. I think they're actually doing that test right now. They're doing it for the meme. I know, but like, really? Like, why are people doing that? You know, the funny thing is that you have these people that do that trend, and then you kind of make the point of why. So for those that don't know, that are mainly on YouTube, I will tell you about this trend that I saw, and it's still going on. But you know when the hot tub streams were happening? So now what they're doing instead is it wasn't, so they're making a point of calling it out by making fun of it and her by doing it. Yeah, so the trend, that's the trend, quote trend, it's not really a trend that's happening, is another Twitch streamer, a IRL Twitch streamer, not a VTuber, an IRL Twitch streamer, did an entire stream shirtless. They're doing topless, yeah, they're doing shirtless or like topless streams. So they're topless, they have no top on, but they're so close to the camera that it's just, they're just within frame enough so you can't see anything past their cleavage, but it's enough cleavage to go, why aren't you banned, kind of situation. And I think it's because they're playing around the idea, because it's like, hey, if VTubers can fucking do this, why can't we do it? So now a lot of VTubers are basically making jokes and memes of it. They're close enough so they can't see their, yeah, so you can't see anything. It's really stupid, and a lot of VTubers right now are literally, basically, I'm gonna be honest, some bad publicity is good publicity, but the thing is like, when you become too much known, like, Twitch is gonna come after you. Like, they're gonna come after you for this. It's bad. It's just bad. It's stupid, it's funny, but it's bad. It's really bad. And, you know, you guys like write it for yourselves. You guys like to say like, you know, there's plenty of like female Twitch streamers that literally say, oh, well, we don't like, you know, we don't like that people on Twitch literally say all the time that, you know, the only reason that people watch us is because of our boobs. And then you go and do this. I'm like, you're kind of giving them ammunition at that point. They get their hands caught in the cookie jar. Yeah. Their hands are caught in the cookie jar, and it's gonna end up being bad. But the thing is that if they do that for them, it might also affect VTubers and how they currently are. Because I'm gonna be honest, we're just 2D things on a screen. At the end of the day, we're art, technically in a way. But at the same time, I'm not gonna like pull out a whole nude model on fucking Twitch, because I'm not comfortable doing that. And there's plenty of other places if I wanted to do that, I could and probably make way more money. Like, I'm like, you can do this on other sites that are built to do this, and you could get, I don't know, way more money for it. And it's just, to me, it's mainly funny. They complain that they're seen as a stereotype e-girl, and then they do this sus thing on stream. There's a difference between saying and talking about sus things and doing sus. Exactly. I say sus things, I don't do sus things. I may make sus art every now and then, but that is something I make myself and I choose to do it. Someone on Chatter. Oh yeah! There was somebody on Chatterbait that was doing just Bob Ross paintings. Like nothing sus. They were just doing Bob Ross paintings. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to. Where it's not me being sus, it's just me being funny. Just me doing funny things. No, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Anyways, I'm gonna choose something for Veryl. Is this like a Yuki green, or is this like a... Oh, that can probably work. Perfect. It's not too, like, pukey looking. But anyways, back to the character of Veryl. So, Veryl is an herbalist among his people, but, you know, they kind of... I don't know. They're just like a little bit of an outcast. Their experiments have maybe gone a little too weird with a lot of the herbalism stuff that they do. If anyone has seen Apothecary Diaries, Veryl is basically the main character. Veryl is basically Mamo from Apothecary Diaries, okay? They love experimenting, but the thing is, they don't experiment on themselves. They actually do like to experiment with other people. And that kind of, you know, that doesn't really fly, so they end up kind of getting kicked out here and there. They're not, like, mean or anything like that. They're just super awkward. They're just an Veryl's just an awkward little bean. Oh, by the way, Veryl actually does not have gender, by the way. Sleepy David and I started watching 100 100 Girlfriends Are Really... Oh yeah. Fucking that I don't want to watch that. You can have as much fun as you want with them watching it. I don't like that. It just reminds me of Rent a Girlfriend, and I hated Rent a Girlfriend. I feel like there's just a lot of shows that really do not cater. I can't usually find a lot of shows that usually cater to me anymore. Because a lot of them are just a lot of, I don't know why, but a lot of like the romantic rom-coms that are coming out nowadays are literally just for dudes. It's just for dudes. Just for horny little men. And that's all it is. And I'm like, give me the Apothecary Diaries. Give me like other gooder shit. It's way more wholesome than Rent a Girlfriend. I don't care. It can be the most wholesomest Rent a Girlfriend thing, and I will still be like, it's so much like Rent a Girlfriend, I can't watch it. I saw like, I think like 5 minutes of Rent a Girlfriend and hated it. And I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to shows, 5 minutes is enough to kind of know how things are. Unless it's like other things. What? Oh, my mom was looking for the dog. I just hear somebody walk away. I'm like, what? It's my mother. That's my mother. I just realized that this looks very sickly green, but I think it'll be fine with some shading.
Mother has a thing for the hot advisor security guy who has a thing for the main girl. Art still thinks he has balls.
Hey, shush up. I think he does, okay? I think he does. We don't know his actual status. He may not be a security person. He might be something else. And by the way, no, I do not have the hots for him. I just want to know who he is. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a lot of husbandos. I like genuinely don't. I think that some characters can be attractive, but I don't have like any sort, like nowadays I don't have like, I think it's because I have Jose. I don't need fictional men when I have Jose. You don't need fictional men when you have a true partner. Because then what you can do is you can show them what the fictional man does, and then you can make them repeat it. Oh. I know he's gonna reply with Ayo. Or he's gonna say something sus. Oh my gosh, I like it. That's just the me's. See, I know his two reactions. It's either, wait, what did you say? Like, Ayo, say that again? Or it's something sus.
I will go on the Apothecary Diaries to see if he has balls or not. Give me a minute.
What? George, you don't need to go do that. Also, this is being recorded for YouTube, so if you find anything, don't tell me.
Checking the wiki.
Checking, oh my god. You can't, no, you can't do that. You can't, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I want to figure it out myself. Don't tell me.
Now I'm on how to bake a rotisserie chicken for some reason.
Now I'm on how to... You know what? Good. Good.
And
you should be on
anglerfish
how to bake a
balls.
rotisserie chicken. How do you bake a rotisserie? Shut the fuck up. We're not talking about anglerfish, okay? We're not going to talk about anglerfish. I still have to make those models, by the way. I'm back for a little while, and then I can go do some work. Okay, welcome back. Jose is talking about sus stuff, but when is he not? Need an espresso. I don't need an espresso. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm totally good. Homemade rotisserie chicken. Delicious. Exactly. Gotta get that homemade rotisserie chicken. I just realized I'm making their color palette very much to like I don't know, greens and purples and very desaturated. That's what I want. I want very desaturated colors. Which is very interesting considering that they're supposed to be of nature, and you think like nature is supposed to be pretty and colorful, and it's like, no, very desaturated. The more desaturated, the better. I think I gotta move into here. Oh, this is like a desaturated pink.
Here's the plan. Jose seduce mother, give her that omega riz. While you romance her and spoil her and possibly die of snoo as you reach maximum levels of riz, I get her credit card. It's a win-win for everyone.
No. Your plan will not work, George. I like that this character has a very desaturated color palette. Because I feel like compared to the rest of them, some of them have like very saturated. So having some that are desaturated is actually kind of like nice to get some contrastingness. And also considering that they're supposed to be in like darker, like denser forests, it would make more sense for their color palette to be desaturated. You know? No. Yeah, see, that's too bright. I need a dark desaturated green. Maybe my idea of it being like dark grayish would actually be better. Honestly, we're kind of going for a monochromatic color scheme. Monochromatic just means it's one hue, but like it's one color but varying different hues. But the only reason I'm kind of like also trying to not make it that is so that there's some variation of colors. But definitely not as bright as my normal color palettes usually are. And I kind of like that it's not. Would you rather? Oh no, he's gonna ask me a would you rather. Would I rather what? Apothecary Diaries manga or light novel? The light novel is the original, isn't it? Like originally it's a light novel and then it got it got adapted into a manga, correct? Novel, then light novel, then manga. Oh yeah, because it was a manga. It was a... But only a light novel and manga are available in English. Art, what's up? Hey yo, it's Seal. Hi Seal. Hey yo. Hey. Jose, can we get a shout out for Seal? Ow! Hey yo, hey. It's me. How's it going? It's going good. I'm a little bit tired today, but hey, you know what? It's how it is. That's how it be. Ow. A shout out for me. Yes, the beautiful, amazing Seal. Thank you. Of course. Of course. We're just making... no, you're beautiful to me. No, you're adorable and amazing. I'm gonna... Ow! You're throwing stuff at me? Hush you. Oh my god. I like how we're both like trying to have a compliment fight. Who's better at making compliments? I just snorted so hard right now. Jesus Christ.
Hello Seal, we were discussing whether this character in this anime has testicles or not.
No, Jose! I now have to age restrict the YouTube video! Stop it! God damn it, now I have to age restrict it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you can't say that on stream. For some reason they're fine with balls, but they're not fine with that. Shame him. Jose, you need to have like a list of what words you cannot say. They're fine with balls, but not scientific name for them? Yeah. YouTube's weird. TikTok's also weird. TikTok won't let you say that either. TikTok will let you say cock, but it won't let you say, and it will let you say balls, but it will not let you say penis. Well, we're already with testicles, so we might as well. It's gonna get age restricted anyways. Which means that this is gonna be even having lesser views than it normally would, because I fucking hate it. Go full send on the on the age restriction. You might as well. Might as well. I can't take it back. Mother getting age restriction. You forgot to put it in text to speech. I explained the age restriction. Hey, you know what? That's fine. He's like, God damn it, put in the wrong thing. The funny thing is, I can curse all that I want, right? I can curse up a storm and it's fine. But immediately when you start doing like other stuff, it just doesn't like it. And I just go, why? And sometimes it age restricts it before I have to age restrict it myself. Like, it self-age restricts it, and I'm just like, cool. Also, in my opinion, you don't even know which character we're talking about. But fine, I guess people can put their opinions. True, I was assuming in the one... No, we're talking about a different character. This character particularly, I'm gonna say this much, no. This character is technically what we would refer to as non-binary. They're a mushroom. Shut up. They just have a mushroom hat on. They're not a mushroom.
I don't want a lot for Rismas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the skibbity tree. I just want you for my own. More than you could ever, Sigma. Make my cringe come true. All I want for Rismas is you.
Skibbity tree. What the fuck is a skibbity tree? What? I don't even know what a skibbity tree is. Should I know what that is? I feel like I shouldn't. Apparently, unpopular opinion, I actually like... You know what? To each their own, okay? To each their own. We don't have to like it. But to each their own. I'm gonna be honest, I've seen, like, the skibbity toilet stuff, and I'm just like... I don't understand it. They skip skibbity because it sounds cool and funny. I'm not going around screaming the song. Yeah. As long as you're not going around screaming the song and stuff like that, like, please. Please, nobody wants to hear that thing anymore. Nobody does. I just don't understand it. I don't understand the complexities of it, I guess. The true complexities. But there we go, Veryl's done. Or at least they're coloring. There's a deeper story to all the shorts. That's what I'm interested in. Ah, wait, Skibbity has a lore? What the shit? Damn. I didn't even know that Skibbity Toilet has lore. Are you trying to say you want boba? Cause, oh, that is how you spell boba. I'm just stupid. I'm just gonna go away. You've poisoned my mind, Jose. You've poisoned my mind. Versus the Alliance of Cameramen, TV men. It's okay, Art. I don't love you because you're dumb. I love you because you're amazing. What's the difference? What is the difference? Art is amazing. No, I'm not. I'm not amazing. Stop. I keep forgetting that's this button. I changed some of my controls around, so I'm just like... It might not be a perfect eye, but it's an eye enough, right? I know where you live, Art. I will buy... No, stop. I know you know... I know where you live too, you know that? You forget that I also know where you live, Jose. Moves out, moves in with... This man. Checkmate. Yeah, but then that means that it would be sent to your place. It would... Oh my god. I don't think you understand the joke. Do. Alright, I need to bring in, or I need to open up his original. Where was his original? There he is. Because there's a color palette on here. And honestly, the color palette's going to keep very similar. See, I used to have him standing, and now he's not going to be standing anymore. Do. I just realized that there's actually not a whole lot of the main cast that has normal human skin tone, which I think is good because it's supposed to highlight that, you know, this is a different world. It's different. People, there's a variety of different skin tones around the entirety of the world that they live in, so do 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 do. There we go. And yeah, that's all. I was thinking about making their hair darker too, but then I was like, no, I kind of want to keep it like with like blonde. It's weird, but it like goes well. And I already have other characters that have green hair, and I'm like, I kind of want him to stand out in a way. And especially considering that technically that art will be taller than him, I feel like he still should stand out within the group, and giving him just otter-color hair I think would be better to make him stand out, so he doesn't get like too lost within the crowd, with everyone. The other thing too is that I want him to have brighter greens compared to the desaturated colors. So his main color is green. Honestly, if I lined all of these up together, not only would they have their own distinct silhouette, because that's another thing. I think a lot of people, when they make character designs, forget that, you know, even though that these characters are all supposed to be in the same world, they should still also have very significant ways of how their silhouette is. And like, his silhouette is going to be different than their silhouette and how they kind of pose themselves compared to this silhouette, you know? We're going with different silhouettes to come out with different outcomes of how everything is going to look in the end. See, it's much easier and faster when I'm just doing all the flat colors for them and then maybe going back and kind of making it shaded a little bit. I think that's easier. And considering that these are I'm just using them for reference for the color palette to know where all the colors are placed. I don't really need to know how everything folds, because I know how everything folds. Oh no, not the ads. It doesn't tell me anymore. It's not telling me anymore when an ad is going to be running. I don't know why it's not doing that anymore. Anyways, we might just finish with Selvek, and then I think I'm going to have to call it. I would like these to be more finished colored designs, but maybe I might finish and color them when I'm doing like Because actually, I can just kind of show you guys something I'm working on. Here, let me open it. No, not this one. Here we go. I might do more when I'm doing like more finished pieces like this. Which is me with the... Technically, I called it Art and the Girls. Because... But, yeah. And this is just a rough sketch of it, and I'm kind of like starting to block in the colors and stuff. But I think this shows like a little bit, one, how short I am compared to the, and how they view me as just a cute little adorable child almost. Because technically I'm just basically the height of an adolescent child. So, adolescent/child. But I might save the shading for more of those. Is art a small? Yes, art is a small. Art is a small character. I didn't mean to make them small, they just became small. But it goes for how character art is. You know, whenever I'm referring to stuff in the lore, I will say character art. But, yeah, character art, is very short. In terms of, like, mortal, or not mortal, in terms of, like, earthly height, technically art's not that small, but in a height of her own rate, like her own like world, she's very short. Like, I wish I could take a picture of the comic that I wrote chapter. I kind of sketched out thumbnails for chapter 1. It doesn't have any writing or anything on it, but I know the lines. But in there you can see like how tall Art's parents are, because yes, character Art has parents. She's not... It's not like I just spawned out of nothingness. Character Art does have biological and also adoptive parents that'll be covered in the story. That'll be covered in chapter 1, so... Well, at least within the first few chapters. So, I'm not beating around the bush of like, oh, Art, you actually have other parents. No, she already knows that. That's already a thing. It's like, I am already evidently aware of this. I think I kind of like more of the Tanner stuff. But yes, art is small. I'm small bean. Technically speaking, I think Selvik, this character. So this character is Selvik. I think Selvik is about the same height. I have to check. I can pull the model in really quickly and see. Because even I have like a base like 3D thing like this. So I can pull it in really quickly and see how tall I am compared to him. Let's see. Let's see how tall I am. How tall am I? Oh, no. Sorry, hold on. I have to be on this. Oh, hooray! A character I'm actually taller than. That sounds so sad, but it's true. I might make them taller. Or like have the chair be higher. So that technically, actually, he's more like this. Ain't nothing wrong with being short. Well, okay, but if he was normally standing up, let me go and find his normal model. If he was standing, yeah, let me find him. If he was normally standing, if he was just standing, he would be taller. based on normal stance, he would be taller than her. So, yeah, he's just not as tall because he's sitting down in a chair. So I feel like that's gonna be a funny interaction. Where it's just like, it's like finally a person that's shorter than me, and then he like gets up out of his chair and is like, oh shit, you can stand. Who else? No, I was saying like it's funny because then we can get the really funny conversations of being short, because I kind of want to Edward Elric it, where she's like, I'm not short. I just haven't hit a growth spurt yet, okay? Like, that's her entire thing. But like, it becomes a funny little joke. You know, I need to put some lightheartedness in the story, because it's gonna be dark, okay? There's not gonna be nice things. It's gonna be like, not as dark up to a certain point, and then all bets off. Poor Edward. No, he's as tall as he's gonna be. I know. You know, whenever I talk about Full Metal Alchemist, I feel like Jose is just in the background chuckling. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? Jose named one of his dogs Nina. Let that sit with you. Okay, so he told me the story of how he ended up naming it. So he didn't mean to name Nina after Nina. he just thought it was a nice name. He thought it was a nice name. And that's all he thought. And then he rewatched Full Metal Alchemist and he was like, oh, this is where I heard this name from. And then he remembered. And trust me, he never lets me forget it. I mean, it's a nice name. Yeah, that's what he thought. He was like, oh, that's a nice name. Like, you know, Nina sounds like a wonderful name. And then those that have that, and then anybody that's ever watched Full Metal Alchemist, they're just like, just flashbacks. They just suddenly get war flashbacks, and it's like, you guys okay? And they're just like, why? Why would you name your dog that? And then they tell you, or like they show you, and it's like, why did you show me this? It's like, because you must have my suffering as well. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. There is way worser shit that has happened in anime than that. And yet everybody likes to say that that was the worst thing in anime. And I'm like, You know, there's plenty of other things that happened in Full Metal Alchemist that I view that are way more worse. And they're just like, no, this one. This is the thing that's worse. I'm like, just like, okay. You guys do you. It was morally awful. Yeah, but other animes have morally awful stuff too. Psycho-Pass is entirely morally awful. A father refusing the for science. Well, yeah. I do feel like there is worser stuff out there in that of the long run of anime. Anime's been around for a while. There's other stuff that's like way worse. Like, okay, I'm gonna put it out here. I don't think that Nina's thing was as emotionally impacting to me as people think. I don't know if it's just people want to do it for the meme, or if there were actually people out there that had such an emotional, like, wreckage from this. Because, I don't know, but when I watched it, I was just like, yep, this is pretty normal for how anime works, because I've watched, you know, there's other stuff out there. I'm like, yeah, okay, pretty normal, standard mill, like, questioning your morality kind of situation, and questioning the moral of how the world works, so... I mean, I probably argue for the latter. Yeah, it's not that I don't think it isn't impactful. I think it's just more of like, I just didn't have that visceral of a reaction that everybody else apparently has. And I just question, I'm like, are you guys being for real that this was a visceral reaction, or is this how you're supposed to react? And I'm gonna be honest, I have a disconnect a lot of times between how you're normally supposed to react and like how I actually feel. And when people don't see me react the way that they want me to, then the next time that comes up, I act the way they want me to. It's called masking, honey, and it works. Because deep inside, you're evil and ready to destroy the world. Hey. Seal. Seal. Don't give away things. I mean, I guess I'm already gonna wreck you with this, with the comic. So might as well. Yes? I will give away everything. Oh my god. I still need a livelihood here, Seal. Hmm? Can't even see what I'm doing. A livelihood who needs to live. Oh my god. Holy shit. Alright. We have the flat colors for Selvic's body. Now I gotta figure out the chair. I'm gonna be honest, this will probably be very sketchworky, so just leave it. Ooh, this is the same color as that. We can't have that. Okay, we're gonna need to go into the deeper browns then. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm like trying to really focus in on how I want this like designed. Because it's kind of hard to think of a good idea. But basically his entire thing is just a whole bunch of woven tree branches all together. So that's why I'm trying to like make it very swirly. And then what I'm gonna do is put here and there just little leaves. So it looks more like... It's hard to try. I think the reason why a lot of people don't usually do or make disabled characters is because then you have to deal with the situation of how do you make a disability a mobility or disability aid, and I'm just like, you can make a pretty good disability aid as long as you know what the disability is. Just kind of base it off of what's already existing and then just further how it would work within the world. So because he can manipulate trees and leaves and branches and stuff like that, he can make his own chair out of that of twigs, branches, and leaves. So he just manipulates it to whatever he needs. So he can change it into anything. And I think thinking about that and also how it would work logistically is great. It ain't perfect, but it's good enough for what it needs to be, right? Okay. Let me actually pull up the lineup, because I actually am doing a lineup of them as well. I just want to do like a small lineup of them, so that then you can kind of see all of them together at the end. Oh yeah, now you can see how tall I am. I actually might bring in... No. There it is. Might bring in my character model. And I know the height of everybody else. Because my character is basically this tall. Compared to all these. Compared to everybody here. Look how big she is! Jesus Christ. Yeah, I am a tiny. I am very tiny. And then he is basically this tall. I might have to make this longer than I anticipated it to be. Or what I could do, because I know kind of how all their heights are. Just do that. Goleth is about the same height as another character I have. Because Goleth is about the same height as Fira. Maybe a little taller. I'm also trying to like match these. So that you can kind of see how tall everybody is compared to each other. And then I'm trying to like, and then I gotta get Varel in here, and that's gonna be a thing all on its own. I hate that. I think he's a bit taller, because I'm making his chair taller, so he'd be taller. But like, look at them all like next to each other. They all have distinct colorings and also silhouette design that you can tell the difference between them. It's always really great if you're doing a bunch of characters that are supposed to fit in a world together to actually do this character lineup, because it makes it easier for you to go, okay, so now we can kind of see, oh, I forgot about that. Okay, let me save you, save you, save you. And I forgot with you, we have to do this. because you don't need this other thing over here. This is just like extra, just to kind of see how they move with their clothing and stuff. And I just didn't do it. And Viral is actually no taller than Art, so because they're bent over, they'd be about here-ish. Yeah, that's everybody. Well, that's almost everybody, because we also need to put me in there and one more cast of the characters, but that's everyone all together for the most part. I'm gonna make the this area bigger so that then it's easier to change canvas size. Hi Munchkin. Ooh, there we go. So then we can have everyone kind of more separated out. Let's see, they all have different heights, they all have unique colors, and the most important thing is whenever you're doing character design, oh my gosh, the tracking's breaking a lot. Whenever you're doing character design, the thing that you have to think about the most is silhouette. And see how even if I put them in silhouette, they still all look great. Hello Draco, welcome in, welcome in. We're actually kind of finishing up here. We found a gun. No, no, don't. Don't. Oh, look at that. I finished my coffee. Hooray, everybody. You found a gun. How are you? I'm good. I'm a little sleepy and eepy, but, we're actually gonna be ending off stream soon because I am just really tired. But anyways, so we worked on these 3 characters, which is such a, can I say, you're wonderful and amazing artist, affection gun. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be finishing up on all their colors and stuff like, or like shading, like how I did with,
Hi, I'm really tired.
Stop.
I'm George.
No. Stop it. But there are 2 more characters. This is the main cast, by the way. I should probably write down everyone's name. Oh, that's how tall that's not my height, actually. I'm actually shorter than that. But I should probably write down everybody's name on here, so everyone can know their name, start knowing their names. And how to spell it, because some of them I've said their names before, and I don't think people know how to say them. So, over here is, hold on, let me remember. Yeah. Hello, George, I'm Tom. This is Tida. This one's Fira. A lot of fear and uhs at the end. This is Golath. I say it's Goleth, but it's Golath. There we go. And there's everybody's name. And there's their silhouette designs. Which again, very, very solid silhouette designs, because you can tell the difference between each character. And that's one important thing. I had to think really long and hard about how every character would look compared to each other. And this is how it ends up. Even without Varel having their hat on, you're still going to be able to tell it's Varel because that distinctive tail that nobody else has. So, and that's important. Very solid and strong silhouette designs. Because there's only one character that looks like Goleth. There's only one character that's gonna look like Fear. There's only one character that's gonna look like Selvik, you know? But hooray! And then if I were to put my character, it would be like around here somewhere. But hey, that looks pretty good. I'm holding the wrong button. I'm just gonna slide them all over just to be a little bit in center-ish. Just so that then I can post out this. So like we've completed part 2, which is completing these 3 characters. Honestly, I would like to make them all rendered like how I did Taida here, but I think if I did that, we would be here all day, and that's kind of not what the point of these designs are supposed to be. If I was recording for YouTube where I could like just have the recording be just of me drawing and then just like fast forward through it and all of that, like that would make it easier, because then, you know, we wouldn't be here for a long time and I can take my own time with how long it took. But but I can't really do that with this, so we're gonna just kind of leave it with this kind of thing. So, but I like how they all turned out. And actually with Goleth, we can see the difference of the design. This was made a year ago, and this is what we have now. BRB gun shower. Okay. So there has been a lot of updated info to the design choices of what I wanted to go for. Like there's still a big, you know, burly dude that could punch you in the face, but and looks a lot more, I think, overpowering.
Also, Mother's Thanatos should ship and arrive soon.
I think it did. And then we got Varel here, being the little Varel creature that they are. And then we got Selvik with his chair. Yee. If you want to know more about the characters, I talked about that earlier on in the video about all the different characters and kind of who they are and what they do. But I really kind of need to go and raid somebody. So what I'm gonna do is make this height thing for my progress. There we go. 73%. Let's go. What do you mean 73%? I don't even understand what 73% is. I don't know what that means. But yeah, this ended up being shorter. I'm dealing with some back pain right now too. I think I gotta go. I gotta go. Let's just do this. Oh, 73%. Oh, for the karaoke? Wait, we're already at 73. Really? Damn. Oh yeah, I forgot about the karaoke stream. Hold on. Let me adjust everything. I'm gonna find somebody to raid, but while we're also doing that, I'm going to oh great, that's finished. Okay. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be prepping our, for, so that then I can just go and, do other stuff. Hold on. There we go. I was just like prepping who we're gonna raid. Let me find somebody that we can raid. I'm gonna try and just, you know, I'm unfortunately gonna probably have to raid and go, cause I see someone we can raid. I immediately saw somebody we could raid. I'm like, I see somebody, and I know what we doing. Sorry, I do that a lot. There we go. Oh, I'm here. Oh. Hello? What's up? Oh. Oh, Draco. Oh no. We're gonna be raiding soon, but it's okay. Don't worry. You can still say hi to each other. Cause I got Oh. Oh no, I need their stuff. I need their stuff. Hold on. So let me just, hold on. I'm trying to think. My mind is going. My mind is slowly but surely leaving me, alright? We'll choose this one. So I can say small announcements, but honestly, I'm just like, I'm too tired. Oh, well, I guess I can say this. I'll just do this little small announcement, okay? So I actually now have full body live 2D models and rigs available on VGen. It's usually on my artistry, but I now have it. Yes, EP art. Yes, I am EP. It's not that I'm EP. I think it's just I need to go and eat. My body is starting to become really, really, really weak. And usually when my body starts being really, really, really weak, it just means that I usually need to go and eat something. I don't need sleep. I actually probably need to eat, and all I had today was a bagel, and I probably should eat more than just a bagel. I just had bagel, coffee, and water, and that's it. That's all I've had today. There we go. But anyways, I do have full body rigs now available on my VGen. That's just a new thing that I updated. And I may have a little thing where I don't know when I'll do it, but I might do it when I'm not as busy. Only a bagel? Yeah, a bagel with cream cheese on it. Anyways, I might do, I might do a thing where I'll be like somebody's fairy godmother, and I'll make you a model for like a full model rig, everything for $50. So it's like I'll be your model, like a VTuber fairy godmother. And I know that there are VTubers out. I know there are people out there that do it. You better start eating more art. Hey, I usually do. I didn't wake up until really late, okay? And that was all I could eat. And then I wanted to stream a little bit, so I didn't have anything else. I usually eat like a bigger meal, but a bagel was all I could have that was really quick and easy to eat. So that's what I had. I need a good live TT model for streaming. Yeah, there are some people interested where I will basically be a fairy godmother, and all you gotta do is do 50 and you get 5 expressions and a full body model and rig made by me. So the only reason why I don't want to do it all the time or just have that be my price is because, you know, commissions do make up a lot of what I make for a living, so I can't just really not do that. If I had some other stuff that I was able to like subsidize the money from, meaning like I had other more successful things and then like rigging was kind of like a side thing, or like rigging and modeling and doing commissions was a side thing, then yes, the price would go down, because like I have other places that make my dog knows that my doggy knows that I'm ending stream. I'll see if I can spare $50. Yeah, I want to make it cheaper, just because I know that a lot of people can't pay $600 to $1,000 for a rig. I understand that. I know that there are people that can't do that. But if there are people out there that really want my rigs, it's basically like I'll do a sale on. Now I do sales. I may do sales more often. For certain things, I'll do like a sale here and there. Like I did a Black Friday sale for like 30% off, and that was 30% off anything, so you could get like 30% off of a model and a rig, which again, it still will cost more, but you get at least $30 off of it. But the fairy godmother thing is only for, I might only have it for like a few people, because if it ends up being too many, then I don't think I could do it, because I'm just like, I might try with one person, see how it turns out, and if it does well, and, you know, you really enjoy it, then I might do, like, another time where I'll do it. And basically how the fairy godmother thing works is it's first come, first serve. And basically, I'll tweet out, I'll try and put it up in the Discord at the same time, because I do have a Discord. I'll try and put it up at the same time, where I'll tweet out saying, like, it's fairy godmother, there's 5 slots available, the first 5 people that come in at this time, and so I know what day and what time it's at, and I'll be like, whoever comes in right now and wants a model from me, if you come in during this time, then you get the fairy godmother. You get into the slot, because I can't make like a separate commission for it. Now, there is on my artistry that I can do that. On artistry, you can make how many slots, but on VGen, for some reason, it doesn't allow you to do that. So if I do it on, I might do the first one on VGen, but I might do the rest of the fairy godmother stuff on artistry. Yeah, I do have 2 commission sites. It's just because it's better to have yourself in kind of different areas. Are there any more slots available? I haven't done it yet, because right now I'm kind of going through a little bit of some burnout stuff, and I don't want to make you wait a whole while long. I will tweet out, I want to make some stuff, and then I'll tweet it out, and when it tweets out, it'll be out there. But for right now, it might be 1 or 2 slots, because I know that there was another person that was also interested in it. And it'll just be first come, first serve, and I don't think I'll do it as often as people might want it to be. So it might be like every few months or so, it'll just kind of appear. So you never know when it'll appear and it'll happen. But yeah. So it's not right now, but if you follow, I know that you follow me on Twitter, so just keep an eye out for it. It'll be kind of a big announcement. Or trust me, I really don't mind waiting a while, especially for a good quality life 2T with rigging. True. Because it's all encompassed for $50. I actually do have other models and rigs that are about $50 to $30, but those are like joke models and rigs, and I have them really cheap because I don't think a person should pay a lot in order to get a really good rig. Before I slide in, oh my gosh, Sleepy. Sleepy, I told you if you do want a live 2D model, I would make it for you for free. You're the only person that I'd make it for free. I actually have made some models for people for free because I wanted some experience doing stuff with things before I actually, you know, made it a commission. Like, for example, Rufus and Fane's scuff models that I made them, I made those for free for them because I was like, I kind of want to do them, and I think it's funny, and I know that you guys like to have like a little bit of fun and jokes, so yeah. Actually, there's another model that I made for Fane, and she just hasn't, I don't think she just has had the time to debut it yet. But yeah.
Mommy calls Auntie Sleepy special sometime, teehee.
Because you are. Alright, go get the food. Oh my god, you all are just like, alright, go get some fucking food. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there. Ow! Okay, I'm gonna go get some food. Jesus. Ow! Raiden, go get food. Okay, I'm gonna go get food. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, let me go. Let me get the raid ready so I can go and then I can eat. Why George sound different? What do you mean George sound different? I didn't know that George sounded different. We care about you, Art. I know you do. Okay, I'm gonna go get snackies and food, okay? Snackies and food. I just wanna, let me get the raid started then. There you go. Jose knows who we're raiding. You know exactly who we're raiding. But I just wanted to put that thing out there. I'm gonna try and advertise it more. I've just been a little bit sleepy. It was an idea that I had on Friday, and I just wanted to kind of further put it out there. But anyways, I do want to thank you all for also enjoying these Behind the Lore series. We're gonna kind of be continuing this for a bit. Now there might be times where I'm just like gonna be drawing just normal art and not doing the series, so you'll know when it's Behind the Lore because they'll have the little tag Behind the Lore. But I'm hoping eventually to also, once I'm done with drawing all of the characters that I really need to, that we will actually be working on the comic itself. So that's great. Anyways, without any further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for being here. And as I always say, may the winds guide you until next time. Goodbye, everybody.